Good News TV. I'm your host, Abdul Rahman Ibn Muhammad. Today on Good News TV, I want to tell you that we are going to be spreading good feelings, good vibes, and of course, Good News TV. So are you ready? I don't want to take up too much time with my opening monologue because we have a lot of information for you today. Let's get started with a few minutes with EB. A few minutes with EB. EB, hit it.
Good News TV, man. We're back again. A few minutes with me, EB, Mr. Grind, Mr. Live to Inspire, whatever you want to call me. What a great week we had this past week. Some more good news, some more positive things happening in the community. I was able to stop by the Hartford Prouds Drill, Drum, and Dance competition. It was great. The East Coast Explosion that happened last week. Shout out to Terry Starks and the whole Hartford Prouds team. It was a great competition. We got some clips right here. You're going to check it out. It happened all at the Theater Performing Arts in Hartford. Check it out right here. The East Coast Explosion Hartford Prouds Drill, Drum, and Dance competition. Right here is Good News TV. Stay tuned. That was the East Coast Explosion right there that happened last week at the Theater of Performing Arts. Big ups to Hartford Prouds, Drill, Drum, and Dance team for putting on that wonderful, wonderful competition. So much young talent was there. Man, that's all right there. A few minutes with EB. That was my segment. I'm going to turn it over back to Abdul, but don't forget, send your good news to 15 minutes of good news at gmail.com. We want to hear your good news, man. We want to hear the positive events, positive things that's going on in the community. Just send it in to us at 15 minutes of good news at gmail.com. Again, it's Good News TV. I'm Eddie Brown. That was a few minutes with EB. Y'all stay tuned.
Thanks a lot, EB. And now for your local news. I wanted to start off. We have a new correspondent. I think you saw him here a couple of weeks ago. His name is Pastor AJ Johnson. Pastor AJ Johnson is here on video talking with Monique Biggs, and they're talking about an initiative called Representing 06120. Representing 06120. Check that out, and we'll be here when you get back. Good News TV.
This is Pastor AJ Johnson reporting right here at the White House in Washington, D.C. This is for Good News TV. We're here with representatives from the 06120 to talk about the problems and the issues and to talk about solutions with our federal legislators and our federal folks here at the White House to talk about how we can make North Hartford a better place. So there's some good news going on here. We have folks represented from Hartford Communities That Care, the Urban League, Urban Hope Refuge Church, Capital Prep High School, Mothers United Against Violence, the Hartford City Council, all these great folks here to talk about the 06120 zip code. Stay tuned, we'll have more coming. Hello again, this is AJ Johnson reporting for Good News TV. We are in the nation's capital with Monique Biggs, representing the 06120. Monique, tell us some of your experience of coming down here and talking to these important folks about our zip code.
The experience was that the support that we received from some of the federal agencies, such as the Department of Labor the Department of Health and Human Services was very positive and informative as we work in a coalition with my brother and to move forward the agenda of My Brother's Keeper, more in particular the workforce development as well as the violence-free zone initiative. So the feedback that we got from some of those key department heads in regards to how to obtain resources, receive technical assistance, was very positive and informative, and it made the work that we're already doing here in back in Hartford more profound and fueled me with a lot of energy to want to go back and roll up my sleeves and continue pushing the agenda of the 06120 forward.
And talk about, just briefly, real quick, some of the things you did in the summertime besides Asset Map.
We did in-depth interviews with adults and youth to see what they wanted in the community and what they needed in the community, and we walked around and we did a van tour about buildings in the 06120.
Beautiful. And that's one thing that we're out here in DC doing, along with some other agencies and other partners, to make sure that North Hartford gets what we need. Again, this is AJ Johnson and
Joshua C.
on Good News TV.
We have the Supreme Philanthropy in association with the Winter Circle and All City. They will be sponsoring the Break Bread and Build Community Feast. This will happen on November the 21st at Parker Memorial Center. November 21st, Parker Memorial, from 12 to 3 p.m. This is going to be an awesome community feast. I believe this is the second one. And they invite everybody to come out from the community and join them. And this good day, there will be performances, there will be speakers, there will be good news. So in the next couple weeks, you'll see the videos from both those events. And I think you should get out there and check it. Last episode, we talked about the Diaz Pink Tie event. The ladies from Diaz sponsored the Pink Tie event, and that event has occurred. We wanted to show you a little bit of the video from the Diaz Pink Tie event. Check out this video. More good news happening in our community. Sometimes you might come on the show one week and tell us about your event, and then the next week we might have video of it, because our correspondents and our video people are all over the place catching good news as it happens. So send your videos to 15 minutes of good news at gmail.com. We'll talk a little bit more about that after this. Diaz, Pink Tie.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Big Chewy here. It's going down. Shout out to Steady Snobbing in the building. I see the t-shirts. We got fashion. We got food. We're doing this for a worthy cause, raising awareness about breast cancer.
We are going to have some models walk, which is going to be in about 5 minutes, and these are going to be some beautiful young women.
Look at the sky, the sun won't ask for one if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide.
First up, you have the Think HBCU, sponsored by the Epsilon Omicron Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. It will be at Capitol Prep, and it will happen at 9 o'clock, November the 14th at 9 o'clock, Capitol Prep. Check out that event, Think HBCU. And as a proud alumni of a historically black college, Tougaloo College, and Clark Atlanta University, I think every young person should at least go see what they're talking about. And if y'all need me to come on there and speak about the college life, I'll be more than happy to come over there and talk about all the good times I had in graduate school and undergrad at Tougaloo. One more thing before we wrap up the local news. A couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, we had our first dinner. It was a couples dinner. We've called it, now we're calling it the League of Extraordinary Couples. We had our first dinner at 50 Elm. It was very delicious, good times. We had about 10 couples show up. Our next couples dinner will be December 12th. We haven't decided on location, but stay tuned. Look at my page. Maybe I'll invite you. I'm saying it right now. If you hear anything about the League of Extraordinary Couples, you should join us. You should come out and have a good meal with some other couples. I believe we'll be doing a game show with this next one. It should be something. All right, a Sean event. What do you have for us at the NAACP Freedom Fund Dinner? As you know, the Freedom Fund Dinner is for, this one happened in Meriden, where they're going to be recognizing people that are doing positive things in the community, making moves. And so check out our footage from the NAACP.
What do you think of the work that the NAACP does?
You know, the NAACP work, in my opinion, is something that just needs to continue because, you know, despite progress that we've made, there's still a lot of room for growth. And not only to bring out those issues, but also to celebrate the successes. NAACP leads in that capacity, and they provide leadership throughout, you know, whether you're Republican or Democrat. So it's really important, the role that they have in our community, and Jason Teal has done a wonderful job kind of leading and bringing communities together.
You feel like the NAACP benefits businesses and people in the community out here in Meriden?
I feel like it gives us a voice. A lot of things that, for people of color who owns a business, I feel like we're heard through them. A lot of concerns, you know, we can go to Jay or anybody on the committee, and it comes, I can see it in the works, and it comes to, rather than I'm just being the one that sit back and complain to other business owners where nothing happens. So I just feel like it's a great voice.
What does it mean for you to receive an award like this from the NAACP?
It was flattering. When I got the call, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just doing my job. So I'm definitely flattered, honored, humbled. It's just a great
national news. So we have a few quick stories I wanted to share with you in national news. Maybe you missed it. Maybe you didn't see it on your local news. And then we'll wrap up with a great video. How about that? All right, so first up, you have Darnell Ferguson. Now, this story caught my attention because Darnell was having a lot of difficulty in his life. Darnell was making some bad decisions. You know, he had been incarcerated. He wasn't doing well in school. One day, one of the people that saw what he was doing, I always talk about the dream watchers. If you ever come to one of my workshops, we talk about dream watchers. But someone that saw him making this change in his life invited him to take their restaurant on in the morning. They offered him, they did lunch and dinner. And so the restaurant was open and available in the morning. And so they said, Darnell, come on in and do a pop-up restaurant in the morning. Well, I'll tell you, apparently the food was so delicious, so good, that 2 other restaurants also asked Darnell to do the same thing. So now he had 3 pop-up restaurants. More recently, Darnell opened up his own restaurant called Super Chefs. This is in Louisville, Kentucky, by the way. So if you're ever in Louisville, Kentucky, why don't you go find Super Chefs? You can find out more information at Eat Super Chefs. Other good news. I bet you know Beyonce's last hit, but I bet you didn't know that Beyonce donated $7 million. Let me say this again. $7 million. She donated $7 million to build a homeless housing for homeless in Houston. I thought that was a wonderful thing. A lot of times when it comes to celebrities, we hear about all the things that they're doing that are negative. We hear about all the fantastic adventures that are going on, but you never hear about their philanthropy, about the things that they're doing. So, big up to Beyonce. Also, we talked about historically black colleges a few minutes ago. For all those that love basketball, Tracy McGrady, he used to play for the Orlando Magic back in the day. He was one of my favorite because he was on the Adidas brand. Shout out to Adidas. Tracy McGrady has connected with HBCU Direct, and he is trying to raise $105 million for historically black colleges. So he's going to either try to raise $105 million or $1 million for each historically black college. And what they're trying to do is raise enrollment and have more people get engaged and find out about historically black colleges and universities. And as I said before, I'm a proud graduate of 2, not 1, but 2 historically black colleges and universities. I graduated from Tougaloo College in Tougaloo, Mississippi, and I graduated from Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. That's my southern accent. Anyways, Tracy McGrady also gave $105,000 of his own money to this cause. If that ain't good news, what is? All right, so this last story, we have a video. I want you to watch the pitch that this young lady gives about her product, about her business. Super business girl. She is something else, and because she was so good, she got a positive outcome. Good News TV. We got 15 minutes of good news every week. Well, every other week. But tune in, share our videos, subscribe to our page, and share with us your good news.
Company is called Super Business Girl.
Good for you, darling. Good for you. Okay.
Well, Super Business Girl is a company that teaches at-risk youth how to become entrepreneurs and empower themselves through our educational entrepreneurship program.
Beautiful.
Now today, I'm seeking a $20 investment so I can reach my goal of $200 so I can purchase the necessary tools I need to expand and grow my business. And then in return for $20,
Now, how about a $100 bill, sweetheart?
Oh my!
Would that help you? Huh? Look at me, look at me. How's that?
Awesome.
Well, here you go, sweetheart.
Thank
and
you
you know
very
what?
much.
You keep your candles and sell them and try and make more money.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I almost ended the show, and I forgot to add in our favorite correspondent, Brandon McGee Jr. He was over at the East Coast Explosion showing off his stepping skills. So we thought we would take you out this week with a little Brandon McGee, my favorite guy, doing a little bit of steppity step, step, step. A5.